Hi Junior Church, hope you're all well. I miss you all so much and I really can't wait to see you all. So we're going to get straight into our story today. I'm really excited. So I'm sure you've all heard of a man in the Bible called Abraham. So if you can use your imagination for a moment. So imagine my makeup brush here is Abraham. So Abraham was married to a lady called Sarah. And together they had a son called Isaac. My pink lip gloss here. And Isaac got married to a lady called Rebecca. And together they had two sons, Esau and Jacob. In our story today, we're going to be looking at the life of Jacob and how God blessed Jacob and made a final promise to him. So one day, God told Jacob to go to a place called Bethel to worship him. Jacob knew that this was going to be a special time, so he made sure that him and his family were ready. In fact, Jacob knew that the most important thing was to get right with God, so he told everyone to get rid of their idols. Do you know what an idol is? Okay, good guess. Or if you're not sure, I'll explain it to you in a moment. So a long time ago, people used to worship things like statues or animals or lots of different types of things. So anything that isn't God and you focus all your time on can become an idol. So Jacob asked people to get rid of all their idols, and people even had earrings and necklaces with pictures of idols. So Jacob made people bury all those idols so that they were clean and ready to worship God. So now people were all ready to set off to Bethel. Later on, while Jacob was worshipping, God appeared to him. He made lots and lots of different promises to Jacob. He promised to bless Jacob and all his descendants. Descendants are your children or your children's children or your great grandchildren. So he made these promises to look after Jacob and all his families. He also promised to bless them for many years to come. We're all parts of Jacob's families. So if God has blessed Jacob, that means that we're all blessed as well. Also, a long time ago in Jacob's time, people would set up big rocks to remember special things that happen. So Jacob wanted to remember this special place in Bethel. So he set up a large rock to remind him of what had happened there. He poured wine and olive oil on this big rock to show that it was a holy place and that it was dedicated to worship God. Jacob could now look back and see that God had always kept his promise to be with him wherever he went. So he could trust him to be with him in the future. I hope you've enjoyed that story. So do you remember the name of the place that Jacob went to worship God? Have a guess? Yes, it was called Bethel. So Jacob went to Bethel to worship God, and there God made lots of promises to him. So in our story, we learn that Jacob trusts that God would keep his promises. So us too can trust that God keeps his promises to look after us and to bless us and to bless our families. Also, before Jesus went up to heaven, he said that he would always be with us. So why don't you close your eyes for a moment and just imagine that Jesus was around you and that you were talking to God and that you were praying to him. Why don't you pray and ask God to bless your families and your children and your children's children and your great grandchildren? Because God is so faithful and he promised and always promises to look after us. Having faith in God means that we trust that God is with us no matter where we are. So whether we're in school or we're at home or we're in the park playing with our friends or we're in a different country, God is always going to be with us just like he promised. I hope you've enjoyed our story again, and I really can't wait to see you all. Look after yourselves and be good. See you all soon. Bye.